I just went into the AM/PM market, and these two police officers were sitting outside, and they are arresting a black woman with a hoodie. And I guess this is their way of saying, you know, we're on you AM/PM day and night, and this is going to be you one day. This is how they track me down to my miles. And then they do it across the street from the multinational delicatessen and food place where the Russians and the Europeans go, because this is their way of saying that they're connected with the Nazis, and it's all a one-team show. They always speak in codes. They sent the Nazis over here in Operation Paperclip, and they put them in leadership positions. And I guess this is their way of bragging. You know, my gift is going to be, I'm going to, you know, they're going to try to track me down or whatever. And this, of course, is right by Oakland School, where they keep most of the lower people. I'm going to be doing a video on soon, but I'm just so busy, and I don't have a lot of time and gas. I barely just had to put $5 in just to get home. Okay, I'm going to take you along on a little how my day goes. Basically, when I come out of my house, they've already got messages for me. It's like when you get to your desk at work, and they have certain cars, and they're basically triggers. Like this car, for instance, in front of me. I'll show you. This car, I don't know if you could decode that license plate and the look of the car, the name of the car. So it kind of goes like that. Well, they'll have codes all around me. They'll drive by certain like businesses with signs. Like a policeman will drive by right when I'm passing through on a street, and it'll be like a code to him. He'll be saying something to me, basically. Like the other day, I did a video about Victory Street, and I said, you know, I drove down Victory Street, but I've never really had Victory, and I was a little bit mad, and you know, you're not allowed to be frustrated. You know, you have to be a good slave. And I guess since I said a few bad words, which they have on HBO shows, but I guess, you know, if you're black and you say bad words, and especially if it's directed towards something that's unfairly done to you for decades, then it's considered, you know, not good at all. So, you know, they just play these games with me, and so as soon as I get in the car, so he drove, I guess, as I hit Victory Street. Now, you got to think about the timing of the way they coordinate and systematically profile you, to where they even like to talk to you, you know, and taunt you. So, like, I'm driving by, and then I get to Victory Street, and I look over on the other side where the, you know, Department of License side is, of course. And there, of course, is the police, you know, coming through right at the you know, at the intersection, and like saying, you know, yeah, we don't like that Victory Road video. And so, you know, they're just always talking, and if you haven't noticed them talking to you, then you must like not be hearing what they're saying, because they fiend, right, to just basically arrest you and lock you up for long periods of time. They just want you off the internet. They want you not to talk. They want you basically to go crazy and die. So they like to basically shell shock you, and it's kind of like in war times, where you're always afraid of you know, some kind of weapon to be used on you, whether it's biotechnology, or it could be you know, a bomb dropped on you, a drone, whatever, you know, they do. And you know, it can infiltrate you too. But so they just love that, and they do it. They try to get to you, and until they have you basically in cuffs or in a grave, they don't stop. Because when you're with your life, every time you breathe and get up, it causes them to lose money. It causes their job to be not as secure. their way of life, you know, like they robbed Americans for so long, so they get really fearful. Because what happens is they get these mansions and these real big houses that cost thousands of dollars to mortgage and finance, right? And they live this real, you know, rich lifestyle, and so they are constantly in fear that the axe is going to fall on them, and that they'll be found out, and then they'll have to leave and move from the nice area, and then they'll look really bad, and then they'll have to go down and lose money and become poor like us, and that's their worst fear. And they'll kill and destroy just so they won't have to go down and be poor like you, because that's what they've been making you be. And then for them to have to do it and to go through it, oh my God, they hate it so much. I mean, they'd rather kill themselves. So they come at you with everything. Believe me, they don't care. They have no shame. They know that they're not going to ever be profiled, or, you know, because they have secret codes in their license plates, for instance. They even in their social security numbers and stuff, it's all coded. And the police know, like if they have a 9, and if you have a 9 in your license plate, then they know you're part of law. And because 9 stands for judgment. And like you might have like either a police officer in your family, or you might have some kind of attorneys or somebody that works in the law business, maybe a judge. And so a lot of times they tend not to mess with those people as much. And I'm not saying that they don't get pulled over. Believe me, they have to like play it off sometimes, because otherwise people would catch on and they would do audits or whatever. But you could, if you kind of look like it up, it mostly is all coded. They know, like they're not going to pull over a guy in a truck, for instance, like SUVs, and like kind of, you know, like a camper and all kinds of white people type of vehicles, because they know that's a white honky tonk hillbilly. He's gonna more than likely hate. Oh, look, there's a rainbow. I don't know if you can see it. Says you should make a wish when you see a rainbow. So I want to wish that you know, God will make a way out of no way, and that I and others can, you know, get out of the plantations in America, and finally get the real freedom that they claim it to be. But you know, I mean, I don't mean to. I meant to make this a quick video. Let's see how long this is. 9 minutes. Yeah, I think I probably should wrap it up. But you know, I just get to babbling on and everything. You know, and just like they said, Obama's Social Security is supposed to be not like right or something. And I don't know if it's fake or him and his wife or something. There's some scandal going on, but the media won't really talk about it. And that's on top of his birth certificate, which, you know, that's a mess. And I guess the woman that supposedly okayed it got killed in an airplane crash. The Hawaiian Department of Health woman. So I mean, there's a lot of scandal behind that, and people are talking about removing him and boycotting Obamacare and just defrauding it, and it's just a lot of talk going on politically. I have my throat's dry. Some water. But yeah, I'm getting ready to go here to Kmart. One of the only stores they keep open for us poor people. Because they're closing them all, and they only leave the big stores in the nice areas where the wealthy people are. They only want to do business with them. because our money's no good no more. It's dirty money. They don't want it. So they block us and stuff from, even getting cars. They block us from obtaining homes. There's no reasonable price homes, no loans. Banks won't even give us the approvals. And why would they? Because they won't give us the jobs. They won't. And I notice when I go into Kmart, I get a lot of attitude. But I used to have a friend who worked here, and I understand how they are, because they don't treat their employees very well, and they only give them like a few hours. I think they probably can't even get full time. And so you got to think, if you come to work 4 hours a day and you are making like $10 an hour or whatever, I don't know how much minimum wage is, you are gonna make like what, $10 an hour times 4 is 40, and then you put that to, insurance or taxes and any kind of L&I or whatever they take out of your check, all the little stuff. And then you get what do you get? $20 a day. So you're going to work, and then the gas that you put in your tank just to get to work is $5 a day, right? If you're lucky to live close, and because now, like I said, they're moving all the stores in the nice areas, so you're gonna have to pay to get there. And then once you get to work, you got to pay for your lunch or whatever you're gonna eat, and that's gonna be $5 or whatever if you're lucky, if you know how to cook something from home and make it and try to stretch it. And so you're going to work for $10 an hour, but then they take away $5 or whatever, and so so that $40 goes down, to nothing, like to $10. So if you go there for 40, and then you really get 10. And so that would be frustrating to me. And knowing that these guys are millionaires that own these places, and they live in Beverly Hills, and they have mansions, and like 5, not just 1, like 10 mansions. And they got Rolls Royces, Bentleys, and they just just take all the money and stuff, and they could be like trying to like not have as many mansions and as many cars and lavish lifestyle, and they could share the wealth and spread it towards their family, which is their staff and the people that help support them and grow them to where they are. But they don't. Instead, they just stab them and say, look, come to work, slave. And then they get bad attitudes from their staff who don't want to answer the phone. They don't want to look for the products. They don't care about it. They don't want to know about it. So, that in turn is just a domino effect. And then on top of that, they go out of business, and then they wonder, like Sears and all these people, why business isn't doing good, why your store is a ghost town. Because people are just starting to learn to go to the Dollar Trees. They're starting to learn to do without your crap and your back talk of your employees and your mansions that we have to watch you flaunt and your rich lifestyles. And we just finally just said, we're tired of paying your bills. And this is their way of showing me the car with my friend who's a social worker, and when I worked at the foster care agency, they threatened me all the time with that. And they like to put her car behind me, like to scare me, because that's why they actually sent me to DSHS, is so they could have a hold over me, to silence me, and to threaten me, to remove my child. And that's what they basically do. They love to do that. Speak of the devil.